His ass is hanging out as he makes a break upfield. Stepping back. Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Cameron Munster's now putting his balls in Nick Meaney's face.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
All right, Wasted World of Sports, ahoy, welcome along. The Pacific Championship final, although you wouldn't know it. There's been so little hype around this game. I don't understand the complete just lack of interest and lack of media coverage around this tournament. I think it is a fantastic initiative. Mind you, it probably would have been a little bit better if we saw some crossover. I mean, how good would it be to see the Kiwis take on PNG, for example? Now, obviously, it would be a little bit of a lopsided slaughter, but still, you've got to give these teams opportunities in order for the game to grow internationally. Rugby league at the moment cannot compete with rugby union on the international stage. I mean, look at the turnout or lack thereof. I'm just really stunned by the lack of interest in it. Now, obviously, it's over in New Zealand, a big rugby union nation, and no matter how the media on this side of the ditch tries to spin it, it's always going to be that way. Unless Rugby New Zealand really drops the ball, it's always going to be that way. But I'm still surprised by the lack of interest in this game just as a whole. I mean, even the previous game between Australia and New Zealand. Shack of Hearts, ahoy, mate. How are you doing, UFC only fams? Hamish McKenzie, the guardian of the couch. How are you doing, sir? Welcome along. We are very close to kickoff now, about 6 minutes away. But I think this is a fabulous thing. I would like to see this happen every year. More coverage on whether the Matildas can get MCG in February or if it's booked by Tay-Tay. Well, I mean, to be fair, Taylor Swift, much bigger news than pretty much anything at the moment. I mean, that gal is a superstar. Whether you like her or not, have to acknowledge the fact, a worldwide superstar. But yeah, I'm stunned. I've been talking to you for the last half hour. Oh, hello, ahoy, Michelle. Bloody hell. Needy much? Hamish McKenzie says, excited for ASA. Already got the Xbox version for unplugging just to download close to the Wi-Fi box. The moment I'm able to download it, I'm moving my Xbox out of the living room to fast download. I need my ARC fix. I only understood about half of that, but I mean, I'm not wrong though, right? This is a very disappointing turnout. Just looking around the crowd, for those of you who have access to the game, whether it be through our Discord server or on your own screens, even for rugby league in New Zealand, this is a disappointing turnout, I think. The stadium's not even half full. I'm seriously going to need this explained to me. Wow, who's that? He's all busted up already. Is that Fisher Harris? Fisher Harris looks like he's been through the wars already. The game hasn't even started. All right, let's do this. Pacific Championship Final. Can the Kiwis cause an upset? A massive boil over? It'd be great to see. I've got 4 legs on the multi. I've gone Cameron Munster just for the fact that Cameron Munster's face gets to be on the screen for pretty much the entirety of the match, and that's going to annoy Michelle. Jermaine Asako, Dylan Edwards, and the one that I'm concerned about, but it is the one that bumped the price up, Kieran Foran. Maybe they're all at the bar. Maybe they are. I mean, I know where I would be. Go to the game live, pay $20 for a mid-strength beer, or chill at the bar. Pay $12 for a mid-strength beer. Or, of course, the greatest option of them all, stay at home. Shack of Hearts says, I know I'm going to sound like an idiot for asking this, but what is a tilly? That's, yeah, you know, Shack of Hearts, you know how the Warriors have somehow got the nickname Wars, and I think it sounds ridiculous. The only thing that even comes close to sounding just as ridiculous is the Matildas being called the Tillies. It just sounds so dismissive. I don't think that they're affectionate nicknames. Viking Axe, ahoy mate, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm with you there, Sack of Hearts. It's just here in Australia at the moment, it is very, very hard to stay away from the news. Because think about it, not only have we got that situation with the Matildas and Taylor Swift, also, speaking of stupid nicknames, Tay-Tay. Bugger right off. Anyway, not only have you got all that happening, but also there's the fact that Nathan Cleary is dating one of them. So that's all over the news as well. A lot of passion and fire in the haka. Viking Axe is going for the Kangaroos, 30 plus. It will be interesting to see. I think the Kiwis, they're lacking in some areas comparatively, but I would be keeping an eye on that defensive edge, Valentine Holmes and Katoni Staggs. If I'm New Zealand, I am planning all my attack through that channel. Valentine Holmes, Katoni Staggs. Has there ever been a weaker defensive combination in an Australian outfit? We'll see. Do New Zealand have the troops to be able to combat it, though? That's the thing. Ready for kickoff here. Pacific Championship Final. Let's go. Australia, get us underway. New Zealand have first use of the ball. Fisher Harris, he looks like he's been through the wars, and if he wasn't already, he is now. Big defense early in this game. I'm still struggling with the lack of atmosphere, the lack of crowd. Well, that's a clear shoulder charge. By the way, can I just point out, for anyone who just saw that opening hit up, a blatant shoulder charge by Ben Hunt. Blatant as you get. Not called. Fifth and last here, Kiwis have gone up to halfway. Back to Jerome Hughes. Puts it high. Not a lot of distance, but it's going to be contestable. Valentine Holmes with the juggle. And a penalty to Australia. Well, that's going to hurt. That's going to sting. A blatant shoulder charge in the opening set of 6 by Ben Hunt. Ignored. And then the first time Australia touch the ball, they get a penalty. That one's going to sting. They could have also done Payne Haas for a high tackle there too. But I digress. It is Australia through Big Tino. Tackle 2. Well inside New Zealand territory. Yeah, it is Shack of Hearts. It's all you hear about over here. It is Nathan Cleary and what's-her-face. I'm with you, Shack of Hearts. I don't follow the soccer, so I have no idea really who these people are, but apparently it's quite a big deal. Now Munster out the back to Cherry Evans, and Tedesco drops the ball. Tedesco takes his eyes off it. And the Kiwis are off the hook early. High fives and pats on the back all around. But I don't think that had anything at all to do with defensive pressure. That was just a simple, unforced error by James Tedesco. Poor Teddy, his representative career is definitely winding down, isn't it? I mean, look, people do that. People can make mistakes. You just don't expect that from Teddy, that sort of thing. But we're seeing it far more frequently, aren't we? And that is usually a warning sign of a star player's representative career about to wind down. Penalty here to New Zealand. Cameron Munster holding down a little bit too long. I don't understand either, Shack of Hearts, in all honesty, if it's not happening on the field. I mean, I suppose if they were getting it on the field, that would be a story, and they'd be in prison. But if it's not to do with the sport that they're associated with on the field, leave them alone. Who cares? They can date if they want to without... But that's what happens, isn't it? You're in the public eye. That's the way it goes. Tackle 4. New Zealand march into the 22. Nickel Clockstadt steps around 2. And he nearly gets through. He's shut down by Payne in the Haas. I was talking to Morgo the other night about Payne Haas's success rate in tackling. It's quite impressive. Tapped on by New Zealand and over the sideline. Solid defense there from the inside channels of the Kangaroos. So yes, leave them alone, I say. Heel fries, ahoy mate. Are we ready for are we all ready for Crown Jewel heel fries, or are we all still a little bit what's the word, disillusioned at the moment with the world of professional wrestling? Payne Haas now was solid on defense, and that's a good run. Fifth and last. Cherry Evans is caught. Gets away from the tackle. Puts it high. No pressure on Nickel Clockstadt at the back. If I'm around, I'm certainly considering it. I haven't asked Rick yet, but yeah, I haven't asked Rick, but I'm considering it. It depends if I'm here or not. Or, well, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm definitely going to be here. It depends if I'm awake. It is looking good. I actually wouldn't be surprised if LA... Get the hell out of here! Ah! Sorry, there's a fly in here. Ah, bugger off. Oi! Sod off. Apparently they're worried that he will lead her astray because she's a young superstar in the making. Can't have romance get in the way. Well, that's her decision, surely. Right. Haas with the hit up. Australia, this is great attacking position now. On tackle 3, 30 out from the line. Hunt to Munster. Tedesco slips. There was a little gap opening up there. But Tedesco slips on his own feet. Not a good start to the game for poor Teddy. Yo, out the back to Cherry Evans, who puts the kick through. And it sits up for Mulatalo. He's a little bit upright, Mulatalo, but does just enough to stay in the field of play. I think the better question, Hamish, is why wouldn't I be? Why would I not be? It's the weekend. If it were a school day, I could understand. Great run here by Papali'i for New Zealand. They're trapped down their own end, though. A long way to go upfield. Foran with the short pass to Tapine. And they get themselves up towards halfway. Not a bad return. And Jerome Hughes gets the kick away. Taken on the full again by Dylan Edwards. Mr. Reliable at the back, Dylan Edwards. Tackle 4 now, Australia. Well, I was going to say, Michelle, she'll be known as Nathan Cleary's girlfriend, not Mary Fowler. Yes, over here, but I guarantee that because she does have a Premier League contract, if it's even newsworthy over there, it'd be the complete opposite, wouldn't it? Over there in England, where football, I don't know why I'm air quoting football. I mean, that is actually what it's called over there. But that's the much bigger sport. And Nathan Cleary would be a name that I'm sure 90% of the population haven't even heard. Oh, the Kiwis get the offload away. Second phase play. Here's a chance now. Leota puts the head down. Gets up to the 30. Fifth and last. Hughes dinks it in over the top of the defensive line. Contestable kick. It's lost forward by Australia. Hughes regathers. That's going to be 6 again. He keeps the ball alive, though. Nikora backing into the defense. Here's a chance now for New Zealand. 0 tackle. 5 out from the line. From dummy half goes Manu. Tries to go on his own. Draws in 4 defenders. 6 again. It is still tackle 1. And that's going to be a penalty. Oh, they get away with absolute murder there. The Kangaroos. Hughes out the back to Fisher Harris. Feeds it on, but the defense stands tall. Liam Martin and Cherry Evans in midfield. Foran from dummy half. Kieran Foran goes on his own. He's almost there. That would have been huge. For my multi, I mean. I don't care about the game. Oh, the kick through. Pops up. A kick on tackle 3. Oh, that's the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Kicking on tackle 3. Straight into the chest of Dylan Edwards. What a waste. But I don't understand. Where was the penalty? Tabuai Fido was laying all over the ruck. Nothing from the referee. Up to halfway march the Kangaroos. They've held on defensively. Munster gets the kick away. Oh, this is high. This is contestable. It's pressure. But Asako. Oh, he stands tall. Jermaine Asako. Trying to step through is Dylan Brown. He was almost invisible the other week, Dylan Brown. Manu with the flat pass to Jerome Hughes. And he's nearly through the gap. Fifth and last. Brown puts it up. Tapped back New Zealand. Still have it. Brown. Grubber kick through. Cherry Evans is back there. Cherry Evans of all people. He is then wrestled to ground by Fisher Harris. And I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty for aggressively touching Cherry Evans. Tedesco holds onto the ball this time. Oh, a slight little hint of crack there from Tedesco. Somebody's lost their teeth. It's all right, it's just a mouth guard. Valentine Holmes spits the ball out, spits the mouth guard out and carries it forward. Still no score here. 0 all. Oh, geez, the thing hasn't updated. 0 points all. Clockstad gets on the outside and now space for Mulatalo. New Zealand are away upfield. Mulatalo takes on Tedesco. Gets the offload. Back to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown stepping. Jinking and jiving. Trying to get his way through. And that is a great kick return. Nickel Clockstad's been on fire at the back so far. They've got numbers to burn to the right. And Joey Manu spills it. He regathers. It's 6 again. All right, Jerome Hughes just calling for patience. Trying to slow this play down a little bit. Out wide to the left they go. Something brewing here. Harbour Bridge ball. Out to Ronaldo Mulatalo. And there it is. Down that left-hand edge. Stags Holmes defensive channel. Just like I said in the pre-game. That Stags Holmes defensive channel is the worst in Kangaroos history, and it's been exploited for New Zealand's first try. And it was also Val Holmes who was completely went arse over tit by the Mulatalo step to set this whole thing up in the first place. Fabulous start for New Zealand. And there it is. I always like pointing out when I'm absolutely correct. And they have just made that Stags Holmes defensive channel look like complete amateurs. Mulatalo scores. Of course, I don't have him in my multi. I probably should have. Realistically, the way that I was buggering on about the about that defensive edge for Australia. I probably should have had Mulatalo there. The problem is, Mulatalo plays for the Sharks. I go for the Sharks. I have no faith in my team. Even at rep level, I have no faith in my team. And to be totally fair here, they've done this on the back of a lot of adversity. Some huge adversity. The non-call on the Ben Hunt shoulder charge just bewilders me as to how that wasn't called. That was the first set of the game. Maybe that's the reason it wasn't called. It was one of the very first tackles. Asako from the sideline. It's hooking back. It's hooking back. It's right down the middle. Jermaine Asako puts it over, and New Zealand lead 6-0. A fantastic start. Dylan Brown, pinpoint perfect pass over the top. Stags, where was Val Holmes? Valentine Holmes was nowhere to be found. It was, there he is. Yeah, a little bit late, mate. Valentine Holmes way out of position, and Katoni Stags could not get across quickly enough to cover. I actually say I've got to give Katoni Stags the benefit of the doubt there. Valentine Holmes, where was he? He needed to be there. That was his wing. He was probably distracted by the white lines on the field. It's probably a little harsh, but... What a start for New Zealand. Can they keep it up? They've done it for 23 minutes. Good set of 6 after points. Up over halfway. Hughes gets the kick away. Pressure on Edwards. Oh, what pressure. Mr. Reliable. Dylan Edwards. Takes it in the face of the rampaging chasers. Oh, tackle 2. I thought Cherry Evans was about to kick. That would have been a huge turn up. Tedesco down the blind side. Taken down by Dylan Brown. Tackle 4. Australia pinned down here. Under the pump a little bit. The Kiwis need to take full advantage from this. Cherry Evans from inside the 40, but it's straight down the gullet of Mullet. Oh, it's Nickel Clockstad at the back. Nickel Clockstad at the back. Mulatalo, he wasn't back there. 2 line breaks so far in the game for New Zealand. 0 for Australia. They're back up over halfway. On tackle 3, Hughes in a dummy half. Foreign out in the playmaker role. They got that back to front. Leota stands, looks for the offload. Nowhere to go. Taken down. Brown inside to Papali'i. 5th and last. 35 out. They're back in range. Hughes puts it high. How's the kick chase? It's good. Oh, that's an escort, surely. Oh, they can't buy a penalty here in New Zealand. But Australia can. Oh, that's got a sting. That has got a sting. A penalty to Australia for holding down. How Cherry Evans was not done for an escort there, I will never know. But I suppose if Ben Hunt wasn't done for a shoulder charge in that first set of 6, then you can't really give penalties for escorts like that. He's finding some penalties for holding down against the Kiwis, though. And Australia will start this through Liam Martin up towards the halfway line. Stags, terrible in defense. But that's a good run, and he's tried to milk a penalty, and he's done it. He's done it successfully. Oh, Farmer Stags, Milky McGee. He should play for the Cowboys next year. That was so good, that milking attempt. Oh, absolutely, Shack of Hearts. He did, but Cherry Evans still blatantly changed his line, from what I could see. From my vision on the game, Cherry Evans quite blatantly changed his line, which you are specifically not allowed to do. $20 out from the line here, though, Australia. Tackle 2. Cherry Evans fires it out to Stags. Stags looking to put the footwork on. Can't get through. He is shut down. They're only 10 out from the line, though. Cherry Evans inside to Tino. And Big Tino. He only knows one way. Head down, bum up, charge towards the line. Fifth and last, they're close. A couple of meters out, they go to the left. Munster, out the back to Tedesco. Tedesco slips again. Tedesco needs longer studs in his boots, for Christ's sake. Edwards pops it up. Payne Haas has got it on tackle 5. Back to Cherry Evans. Somehow they manufacture a kick. But as you would expect, it's not the greatest kick in the world. And now Mulatalo gets away from one. Great kick return. Ah, Tedesco. This seems to happen a lot to Teddy. He needs to wear longer studs in his boots. He falls over so much. UFC Only fans ask, why are the Cowboys associated with milk? Because in season 2022, they were extremely well known for trying to milk penalties, taking dives to win games. Milking penalties every opportunity they got. And whilst they admittedly didn't do it all that much throughout season 2023, it still remains. The stigma still remains. But mind you, the way that Reece Walsh has been going in 2023, we might have to give the milking awards to the Broncos just for Reece Walsh alone. The way Reece Walsh carried on in 2023, you wonder how his head is still attached to his body. It was pretty much hurting in every tackle, apparently. And, as the Kiwis can't buy a penalty here, there was double high contact in that tackle on Nickel Clockstad, and we couldn't find a penalty in a single one of those hits. Australia ball. The Hammer's got it. Keep an eye on him. Cherry Evans and somebody else as well. Whoever the second man was in that tackle, Shack of Hearts, I thought was pretty high contact as well. They cannot buy themselves a penalty here, the Kiwis. Up over halfway. Yo. Cutting back in field. Fifth and last. 17 minutes to go till the halftime break. New Zealand with the lead. Cherry Evans gets the kick away. Mulatalo takes it. Stands firm. 4 offloads by the Kiwis, none to Australia. That's... Oh, what a charge! What a huge run by Timoko. Runs straight over the top of Ben Hunt. And that is what happens to Ben Hunt when he doesn't drop a shoulder. And they spread it wide. New Zealand. That's got some forward momentum. Asako goes back to the blind side. Waste of a tackle there. but it is still New Zealand ball. Fifth and last. They're inside Australia territory again. Back it goes to Brown. Puts it high. How's the kick chase this time? It's caught by New Zealand and tackle. Cherry Evans awaits and grounds Papali'i as soon as he catches it. "16 minutes to go till the break. New Zealand a slender 6 points to 0 lead. Tedesco takes it up. Payne in the Haas, big charge. Shut down though, Fisher, Harris and Leota. Big two-man tackle. Tedesco back in midfield. I feel like he fell over again, Tedesco. Cherry Evans, dummies, gets the ball away now. Hunt, back to Haas, second phase play. Offload to Yo. That's Australia's first offload in the game. Fifth and last here, Cherry Evans fires the cutout pass to Valentine Holmes. Holmes with one to beat. He's crunched by Mulatalo. Oh, he is folded in half. Ronaldo Mulatalo, what a hit. And Val Holmes does not like it. Oh, yes, it does suck to get punked out like that, doesn't it, Val? That was a huge hit. Mulatalo does not fall for the dummy kick, and he just folds Val Holmes in half. Crunch! That will be a handover, and then he ragdolled him afterwards as well. He did not fall for the dummy kick, and that is great defense from Mulatalo. Why can't he do that at the Sharks? He can't tackle like that when he's got a Cronulla shirt on. Absolutely sacrifice. Perfectly legitimate hit. He's just a little bit of an ego hit has fired Val Holmes up there. But sometimes you've just got to cop it. You've just got to cop it. Get up and say, he was just too good on that occasion. Fifth and last here. Hughes runs it to the line. Gets the offload away. New Zealand keep it alive. Manu puts the kick up now and it's out on the full. And that was all a little bit anticlimactic. 13 and a half to go till the break. New Zealand. It's fair to say New Zealand have been well on top here. But 6 points is not enough reward. Australia, all they have to do is keep defending and holding this out, and they will not be bothered by a 6 point deficit. Even if we go to the halftime break at this score. The way New Zealand are playing. Oh, a kick on tackle too from Cherry Evans inside the 40, and it pops back in field, and Nickel Clockstadt will recover it. Oh, the idea was right. The idea was absolutely correct, but the bouncing footy can't be predicted, and it didn't quite work out on this occasion for Cherry Evans. Risky play, a kick on tackle too. He would have looked like a pin-headed genius had it worked out, though, in fairness. New Zealand. Carrigan and Collins are on, says Shack of Hearts. Manu gets the offload away. New Zealand keep it alive. That's a terrible pass. On the bounce, though, and it's picked up. Walnut Hills, ahoy! Back to Hughes. Hughes puts it high. Taken at the back by Tedesco. Lines up his options and he falls over. Oh, Tedesco, change your studs at halftime, mate. They're not long enough. Walnut Hills says, dang it, I missed half an hour. I thought it started at 4. Maybe everyone over in New Zealand thought it started later as well. That's why there's only like a quarter of the stadium full. Harry Grant's on as well. Shack of Hearts. Fifth and last Australia, they're 30 out. There is Grant. Down the blind side, Cherry Evans fires a forward as all hell pass back in field to Munster. Grant gets the kick away. It's into the in goal. Nickel Clockstadt wills it over the dead ball line, but it's not happening. And he is tackled, and that will be a goal line dropout. Maybe. How far forward can you possibly throw a pass? Cherry Evans, that one back in field. And it is a goal line dropout. Oh, do not go short. Oh, I hate the short dropout. Oh, they've gone short. And it's made the distance at least. Oh, and coming away with it is Mulatalo. And he's away upfield. All hail the short dropout. I've always said the short dropout's the way to go. That's the way that you should play the game, absolutely. Ten and a half minutes to go till the halftime break. And Big Nelson with the charge upfield. They're up to halfway. New Zealand, Hughes at the back. It goes. And they've created... Oh, space was available here. Space was on, but it's a loose pass. Tackle 4 on halfway. Big open side to the right, but Timoko goes from dummy half on his own. Fifth and last. Hughes. They're up quickly on him. Can he get the kick away? Yes. Grubber's in behind the line. Looking for the ball to sit up for himself, and then he spills it. He spills it. It almost worked out for Jerome Hughes. But Australia will have the ball on 0 tackle. Solid start here for New Zealand. But only 6 points to show for it. It's not enough. Carrigan into contact. His hair is starting to fall out of the ponytail. Grant to Tedesco. Tedesco finds space up the middle, and it's called forward. That one's called forward. Wow. That one is called forward. Well, it was, but geez, they missed the forward pass from Cherry Evans, and this one is called. And I suppose that it's a good thing because that one had a lot more impact. Tedesco was through a gaping hole. Username, ahoy there. The Rugby World Cup final put you into a coma. It was that bad. Wow. Well, are you sure you had the correct game on, mate? Because what I saw from the Rugby World Cup final was such an intense, exciting game from start to finish. It went right down to the wire. It literally went down to the very last scrum of the game. A fabulous game of rugby. And now Nickel Clockstadt goes straight through. Finds support from Manu. Manu bumps off one. Gets the arms free. Joey Manu. Oh, dangerous. There from Dylan Edwards. Lifting. Hughes inside pass. And Leo Thompson cuts back in field. New Zealand, they need more points. Hughes runs it to the line. Short pass there to Tapine. Nowhere to go, though. He's taken by Cletus and Carrigan. Stepping back in field, Dylan Brown. Surrenders on tackle 4. Waste of a play, but it draws in some defenders. Sets something else up. Crash ball here. They can't get through. Fifth and last it is, New Zealand. To the right they go. Hughes puts the grubber kick in. It's taken to the back by Edwards. Edwards tries to get back into the field of play, and he cannot. Six minutes 44 to go. Viking Axe, you've changed your prediction. Okay. Viking Axe. Change your prediction from Australia 30 plus to I don't care who wins or loses. Oh, the short dropout. It's called play on. New Zealand come down with it. New Zealand have got the ball. Hughes. Tapine in front of the post here on tackle one. They're 10 out here. New Zealand, they absolutely need points though. Hughes runs it to the line. Out the back it goes. Nickel clocks that to Jermaine Asako. And that's a try. And that is a tick on the multi. New Zealand lead 10 points to 0. They had fantastic shape out to that right-hand edge. And the reward goes to Jermaine Asako. What a finish in the corner. Tick on the multi. Jermaine Asako. Oh, numbers to burn. Dylan Edwards. He had nowhere to go there, Dylan Edwards. Had to make a decision. He decided to attack the ball. Jermaine Asako with the try, with the tick on the multi. Five minutes to go until halftime. 10 points to 0. I'll have a quick break before this conversion and be right back. From the sideline, Jermaine Asako converts. And I'll tell you what, I so nearly added a fifth leg to my multi. And that fifth leg as Nelson, he refuses to go down, big Nelson. I so nearly put a fifth leg in the multi, which was Jermaine Asako to score 6 points. 6+ points in the game. It would have given it a little bit of a bump, but not enough to really justify it. But I'm just bringing it up because of the fact that we would have been correct. That would have been another tick on the multi there. Oh, and now an error. 3.5 minutes to go until the halftime break. And that's a huge mistake. New Zealand. That's a big error leading into halftime. They've done all the hard work. The last thing in the world they want to do is just gift Australia an opportunity, and that's terrible. That's terrible from Brown. And Munster was letting him know about it. And it's just fired up a little bit there. They were Cletus, get out of there. What are you going to do, you slack-jawed yokel? Cletus Cotter. This is big because New Zealand have dominated. They are well worth their 12-point lead going into the halftime break, but they've presented on a silver platter here an opportunity for the Kangaroos. Grant to Collins. Cherry Evans on the left, out the back it goes to Munster, and there is Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel, taking it up to the 20-metre line. Grant from dummy half, quick play, Munster, flat pass to Collins, almost through. Solid defence here from the Kiwis. Grant from dummy half, and he spills it. Harry Grant lays it like an egg. And New Zealand are off the hook. Oh, let him know about it. Yeah, let him know about it, Nickel Clockstead. And New Zealand will hold on to halftime. Very deserving of a halftime lead, it must be said. The stadium might only be a quarter full, but the Kiwis have brought the fight here in this first 40. Hey, the stadium might be full in the second half. Once word gets around that, hey, we're actually in this. You're saying there's a chance. I still say 12 points is probably not enough. A minute to go till the break. Oh, and once again, they just cannot buy a penalty, the Kiwis. Australia all over the ruck. Quick play the ball. Get in upfield. Inside the last minute. Nelson bumps off the first tackle. Oh, he's still going. Nelson still standing, still driving forward. Referee calls held now. They couldn't get him down. Thompson with a big run up over halfway. Fifth and last. 30 seconds until the break. Hughes on the short side puts it high. How's the kick chase? Oh, there's no pressure at the back. Tedesco might fall over his own feet, though, the way he's been going. 12 seconds left. Edwards to Holmes. Holmes is caught and driven backwards. This will be the last play of the first half. Grant goes on the blind side. Oh, I don't think that was Harry Grant, by the way. The kick in over the top is lost forward. And that'll be... Oh, that could be a penalty for offside. And that will be halftime. 12 points to nil. Shack of Hearts, honestly. Oh, it's fired up. Nelson's involved. Of course. It's fired up here on the halftime break. A little bit of push and shove. A little bit of shirt grabbing. $12 points to nil at halftime, New Zealand. There's been quite a few times, Shack of Hearts, where I've questioned... Oh, of course it was Valentine Holmes. Valentine Holmes comes along. He said something to Nelson. Of all the people on the field to say something to, one of the smallest guys out there, Valentine Holmes, has decided to have a crack at one of the biggest in Nelson. I don't understand what was going through Val's head there when he decided that Nelson was the one that he was going to chirp up to. But that's where it all... He said something to Nelson on the way through. Nelson's obviously fired back, and Isaiah Yo's just come along and given him a little pat and told him to calm down. And Nelson's gone, I'll show you, calm down. But anyway, 12 points to nil at halftime. The Kiwis full value for this lead going into the break. They've played extremely well, it must be said. They can't buy a penalty, and this is what I wanted to reference your comment, Shack of Hearts. How is that not a penalty? Isaiah Yo has Brown in a headlock and there's no penalty. So many times we've seen it in this game. The Ben Hunt with a blatant shoulder charge in the first set of 6. pretty much set the standard. New Zealand have not been able to buy a penalty here in this game. Very, very lax, some of these calls on the Australians. But still, despite that, New Zealand going to the break, 12 points to 0 up. It's probably not enough, in honesty. Probably not enough. You would expect Australia to hit back with vengeance in this second half. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just not able to buy a penalty at the moment. Australia are getting away with murder. The hammer, Tabuai-Fidow, laying in the ruck, laying in the play the ball on the goal line. It wasn't even a penalty, let alone thought of it. They didn't even get a 6 again for that. That, I thought, was a pretty blatant send-off. Tabuai-Fidow should have been spending 10 in the bin for that. Every day of the week and twice on Sundays, 10 in the bin there for Tabuai-Fidow for that blatant professional foul. And it wasn't even a 6 again. So, yeah, New Zealand just can't buy a call at the moment. But still, they take a 12 points to 0 lead into the sheds. Remarkable, really. Absolutely remarkable. All right, West World of Sports halftime here, 12 points to 0. Let's have ourselves a quick break. And we'll be back for the second half right after this, and we'll dissect some of what we saw there in that first half. 12 points to 0, though. The Kiwis are bringing it. It's good to see. That's all we can hope for, is a quality game, a contest. Let's see what the second half brings. Wasted World of Sports halftime here. 12 points to nil. Give it up for the Kiwis. They've put up a solid first half performance. I don't know that 12 points is going to be enough. Time will tell, of course. They've definitely put up a good showing for themselves so far, though. And Michelle says, Cheese is a commentator. Surely they had better. Yes, well, I was unavailable because I was covering the game here. Hamish McKenzie says, Dan, I need a better PC. Give me yours. Ah, you were just out of luck, mate. Only just out of luck. I have just in the past, not very long. Yeah, only in the past few months, I actually gave my old PC to Party Jesus. You've only just missed out on the hand-me-downs. $12 points to nil here. Hard to believe that Australia have been kept to 0. So my multi is not looking too crash hot. I thought Cameron Munster might have been due for a big game. He's been quite average again, been kept quiet. Kieran Foran's still the concern for me, but when he took that ball out of dummy half early in the game, backed into the defense close to the line, it gave me hope. Maybe that will happen. And I would actually say that Munster and Edwards, the two Australian choices, are the ones that are really worrying for my multi. Ironically enough, those are the ones I'm now concerned about. Pacific Championship final, second half about to get underway. Teams coming back out on the field. Oh, I'm the same, Hamish. I actually had Patrick build mine. We all know Patrick. Patrick built my PC specifically for streaming. Who's your caddy? Ahoy, mate. Who's your caddy says, being a local, I should have gone to this game and worn my Wasted World of Sports t-shirt. Might have got seen on TV. Honestly, that would have made my day. Can you imagine my reaction if it pans to a shot in the crowd and I'm like, Wasted World of Sports t-shirt. Oh my God. Who can believe it? That would have been amazing. I'm stunned. Who's your caddy? Have you got an answer for me on this? I am stunned. I know it's rugby league, and rugby league in New Zealand is a minor sport, but I am stunned by this lack of turnout. I really thought the stadium would have been at least half full. 12 points to nil, second half about to get underway. Off we go. New Zealand with the kickoff. Second half has begun, and it's Lindsay Collins with the first hit up. Let's go. Can New Zealand carry on with this performance? Too early. Yeah, well, there you go. We discussed this in the pregame, and Who's Your Caddy has yeah, pretty much, because I know that when the All Blacks play, it's still daylight, but it's not this early. Fifth and last Australia. That was a solid set. Cherry Evans gets the kick away, and it's taken down by Mulatalo at the back for New Zealand. So yes, I was curious about the starting time. Who's your caddy? I thought it was a little bit odd. Nickel Clockstat doing the hard yards. He's had a good game, Sean's Nickel Clockstad. Oh, here's Nelson, fired up after that little rumble on halftime. Hughes finds a gap. Jerome Hughes goes through, gets the offload away, and here's Nicola into space, and Tedesco stands firm and puts him down. Fifth and last though, New Zealand, 20 out. Hughes puts the kick across field. It's way too deep. Oh, it's actually perfectly placed, but Val Holmes takes it at the back. It must have held up in some sort of breeze that I obviously can't see on the television, because it looked like that kick was way too deep. It held up though, and it was a perfect kick. What a run though. Jerome Hughes is having a blinder. Munster driven down. Oh, careful there. Shoulder to the face from Asako. Munster's appealing for it, but then he appeals for everything. Cameron Munster's worse than the Australian cricket team, the way that he appeals to the referee. No, Hamish, Pat just put the specs together and had it built through Umart. Do you know Umart over there in 8 Mile Plains? Quite good value for PC builds. I'll tag him on Discord after this game. Oh, lifted and luckily brought down safely. Hammer. Oh, Umart had a big display at South by Southwest. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that they had the funds to do something like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Umart is my go-to for all my PC gear. Fifth and last, New Zealand. Hughes gets the kick away again. No pressure at the back here on Tedesco, but it is a wall of New Zealand defence awaiting him. Yeah, so what we'll do, Hamish, is we'll tag Pat in the Discord after this game, ask him for some advice. Oh, Liam Martin's close to the sideline, pops it back in field, and Papali'i comes away with it for New Zealand. Australia are starting to panic. You get that feeling. To the 40 they go. Nelson takes on Collins and Carrigan. Tackle 2, New Zealand. Hughes runs it to the line. Out the back to Brown. Brown takes them on. Can't get through Staggs and Munster. Tackle 3. And it's Cherry Evans, not Munster. How did I make that mistake? One's got pins out of his head. Tackle 4, New Zealand. Inside the 20-metre line they go. Brown on the blind side. Short ball. Fifth and last, 10 out. Brown with the kick. Puts it across. Joey Manu's in play here. Oh, it's taken well by Tabuai Fado. And that will be taken in goal. Goal line dropout. Did he jump from the field of play or not? Seems like they've called a goal line dropout here. They have. No thoughts of a short dropout here. Big Nelson winds up, takes on Collins, takes on Cletus. Australia are just completely on the back foot here. I've never seen anything like this in rugby league. This is what we expect to see from a rugby union game between the two nations. But this... Oh, Asako this time. Can't hold on. Yeah, this from rugby league Completely unexpected. Osako juggles this over the sideline. Australia, hold on. 12 points. I stand by this statement that 12 will not be enough. Australia will run them down if it remains at 12. They need more points, and this will help. Katoni Staggs has dropped the ball. Unforced error. Oh, the Kiwis are up for it now. This is the moment. This could be the game in the balance. Nichols, ahoy, mate. I called out Katoni Staggs as a weak link in the Australian team pre-game, and it's proved to be the case. Oh, Shack of Hearts. Honestly, mate, I don't know how it hasn't happened already. Hughes throws it over the top, and this will be a try for Jermaine Osako. Osako gets a double. Jermaine Osako, one player's all it took off the scrum. I called it before the game. In the pre-game, I said, beware the Kiwi ambush. Here they come. Jermaine Osako with a double. Has he got it down inside the line? Cameron Munster with the shove. Has he done enough, Cameron Munster? Oh, this is going to be close. Munster's done well considering he was marking up on Jerome Hughes just a moment ago. Has he done enough here, Cameron Munster? Has he somehow saved the day? That's going to be very close. Oh, no, this is going to be no try. This will be no try. Oh, we got all excited for nothing. We've got all excited for nothing. Osako's planted it down, but he's planted it. Oh, although millimeters in it. There are millimeters in this. I would not want to be the one making this call. Let me put it that way. I do not want to be making this call. It's gone up as a try. That could be the key here. It's gone up as a try. It would be very hard to overturn it. Try awarded. Yes, the try's awarded. Video referee says try. Wow, that was on a knife's edge, that one. Shack of Hearts, I totally understand, mate. That one could have gone either way, and you probably couldn't argue it either way. New Zealand extend their lead. The ambush is on. Osako from the sideline hooks it back again. Just pushes this across the face of the posts. Oh boy. They are here to play though. The Kiwis lead 16 points to 0. Can you believe it? Oh God, we've got a KO error. KO Sports doing the dirty on me. this game on Channel 9? I might have to flick over to Channel 9. Yeah, KO is down. Good Lord. Is this game on Channel 9? The KO Sports is down. All right, I'll try and sort this out. What's with Val Holmes picking a fight with everyone? Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Shack of Hearts. He's not in a good headspace, poor old Val. All right, I'm trying to get my feeds back. KO Sports is down. I can't even get into Channel 9 even. So this is fun. I think I'm still here, though. Interestingly enough. All right, let's restart my feed entirely here. See if that does anything. I am still here, right? Everyone can hear me. It's just not connecting to apps at the moment for some reason. Or websites. Hamish McKenzie says, prices are alright. Saw one that's in my price range. The only problem is I need more than 8 gig of RAM. Customize it, mate. Seriously. That is my advice to you when dealing with Umart, is absolutely customize it. Don't do their pre-built ones. Good value still, but don't do it. You do get better value off doing a custom build. So, and then you can upgrade yourself from the 8 gig of RAM. You know what I mean? So that would be my advice. Yes, exactly. Get on to Pat. I reckon we tag Pat after this. We'll tag Patrick after this and get it sorted. All right. Well, I have absolutely no idea what's happening. There was an outage predicted for... Hang on, let's see. There was an outage scheduled. Yeah, there was an outage scheduled for me here. For some reason, though, it's not the internet as a whole. It is just It is only websites. All right, there we go. I'm now watching it on my phone. Glorious. New Zealand have got the ball. 16 points to 0. They're 5 out from the line. On tackle 3. This is going to be very interesting. I don't understand why. Okay, websites are not working. Apps are not working. But clearly, I'm still active and live. That makes no sense. But anyway, that is what's happening right now. Fifth and last, Hughes puts it high. Up there, Gazali, Val Holmes. That's probably the best thing he's done all game. And he takes that one. 16 points to 0. It remains 24 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Hamish. It's clearly not the internet. It's just, yeah, all my apps have just decided in this room, in the studio, to just crap themselves all at once. So I probably need to restart my modem, but I'm not going to do that whilst the stream's active. If the stream's active, it's all good. Oh, there we go. Well, we might be back. That was weird. That was the most bizarre thing that I've ever experienced in the history of streaming. All websites went down. All websites went down, but the stream, the internet, remained active. That is the most bizarre thing ever in the history of streaming. Intoxigamer, Waste of World of Sports, whatever. That is the most bizarre thing ever. No, not even couches on the wall, because those made sense to us at the time when we were doing it. All right, we're back. 22 and a half minutes to go. The feed is back. The stream is back. And Australia have the ball. Bringing it out at their own end, though. Doing the hard yards up over halfway. Cherry Evans puts a little dink in over the top. Not looking for a lot of distance. It's taken by Val Holmes. Beware the second kick. Holmes puts the grubber kick in for himself and loses it forward. It completely made sense, Hamish. What are you talking about, mate? I have been... Oh, Nico Hines is up. Nico Hines is going to get himself out onto the field. I actually said to Hamish, there does need to be, just for a laugh, to have some giggles, we do need to do a Roblox reunion stream over on Intoxiblox sometime. That's for sure. It does need to happen. Just for a laugh. It needs to happen at some point. But at the moment, of course, I'm far too busy with Wasted World of Sports. I think you'd be surprised, Hamish. The Roblox streams always did way, way better numbers than Intoxigamer, which was, I mean, believe me, that was depressing. It used to upset me. Because Intoxigamer was what I wanted to do. In case nobody could tell. Intoxigamer is what I wanted to do. But why was I going to keep doing it when the Roblox would get, like, so many more viewers? And ultimately, that's why we do it. I mean, I don't care if I get millions of views or thousands of views or whatever, but you just want some views. And I was getting like 20 views a video towards the end there for Intoxigamer. Roblox was getting in the thousands. It's obvious what I was going to do. Oh, now space out wide to the left. Dummying and going is Timoko, and Matt Timoko will score, and the Kiwis are slaughtering the Kangaroos here. The ambush is on. Well and truly. Another try for New Zealand. They are obliterating the Kangaroos here. $20 kick to come. My multi is shot to pieces. This is phenomenal. 20-0 kick to come. I mean, it's not great for my multi, but from right in front, Asako. More points for Jermaine Asako. And New Zealand extend their lead. What a turn-up. The Kiwis in the Pacific Championship final. They are here to play. And again, it's that defensive edge. Holmes and Staggs. This time, though, where was Katoni Staggs? And this is what I said in the pregame. Staggs and Holmes, the worst defensive combination that Australia have probably ever fielded in history. And the Kiwis are just lapping it up. $22-0. 18 minutes to go. There's time left. For a team like Australia, there is still time left. She's not over yet, and Australia have the ball. Hines fires it out to Liam Martin. Australia have the ball back. Hines trying to make something happen. Who's Hines on for? That's what I would like to know. Who has Nico Hines entered the fray for? But there he is. Hines takes to the line. Out the back to Cherry Evans. It's touchdown by New Zealand. And Australia will get a full set of 6 here. So Hines has come on to replace Munster, it would appear. That's massive. That's quite a big call. Cameron Munster obviously just not getting the go forward that was needed here in this game. Here's the chance now, Australia. They must strike back here. Tino tries to do it on his own. Harry Grant is wrapped up, crunched in the second tackle by Nickel Klugstad. Tino to the line. 5 out. Tackle 4. The Kiwis defense holds form. Oh, Cameron Murray got ruled out. Jimmy Lister. Now space out to the right. Tedesco cuts back in field, though. Tedesco comes back in field. Hines has got it. Flat pass. Puts Tino into a gap. Try saving tackle by Moses Leota. 5th and last Australia. 5 out. Oh, Munster's still on the field. There we go. He puts a terrible kick in, and then he kicks Jerome Hughes in the head. Pretends it was accidental. Good thing Hughes is wearing headgear. Yeah, so Jimmy Lister, Cameron Murray got ruled out in the lead up to kickoff. So Nico Hines was activated. So who's Hines on for? Munster is still out there. Cherry Evans is still out there. I'm curious to know who Hines has replaced. Where's Shack of Hearts, our stats man in the back? 15 minutes left in this game. Oh, big defense here, driving Dylan Edwards backwards at a rate of knots. Oh, so Hines did replace Isaiah Yeo. What an interesting call. Who's... Jesus, really? So who's playing lock? Hines? Good Lord. Mal's lost the plot. Obstruction. Take the 2. Take the 2. Cletus got his big slack jaw in the way. And it's a penalty to New Zealand for an obstruction. Take the 2. Oh, and my apologies. It wasn't even Cletus. It was Big Tino getting in the way. And they are fired up. The Kiwis are about to go 24 points to 0 up. (13 minutes 40 to go). New Zealand have one hand on this trophy. But as we saw in the grand final, plenty of time left. 14 minutes is enough time to be run down. But in the grand final, it was only 16 points. This is about to be 24 points. And it was the Broncos. So that makes a difference as well. Hamish McKenzie says, such a shame that gaming PCs don't have DVD players. What do you need a DVD player for these days? Shack of Hearts says Brendan Smith, the cheese, made a prediction of 24 points to 6, the final score. He might just be an oracle. Wow. That's massive. I honestly didn't catch that. He might not be wrong. He might be right on the money. They go short here, Australia. Short with the kickoff. And it's taken. Asako comes down with it for the Kiwis. And this is great field position for them. Australia are panicked. With 12 minutes to go, the Aussies are absolutely panicked. Here's inside pass to Nikora. Tackle 4. Fisher Harris just charges upfield. Straight. 5th and last. 30 out. Back to Hughes. Hughes puts the kick up. Oh, the chase is great. It's taken from Dylan Edwards. Joey Manu was nearly through there. And Edwards takes it at the back. He's wrapped up by Foreign. And Australia start this set 5 out from their own line. 11 minutes left. Cherry Evans tries to scamper down the blind side. He's wrapped up, and that's a waste of a tackle. 3 gone. 10 out from their own line here. Hunt to Staggs. Staggs is wrapped up. Tackle 4. This is big defense from the Kiwis. Payne Haas chopped down by Kieran Foran. Oh, what a tackle on the big man. 5th and last it is. Munster runs it. Finds Cletus. Cletus throws the most forward pass you'll ever see in your life. And that very, very lucky there, Munster was offside, because that was the most forward pass you'll ever see in existence. Even more forward than Reece Walsh's one to beat the Warriors in the finals. But it wasn't called. Get a load of this from Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. How bloody far forward can that be? And luckily for the Kiwis, Munster was offside. Otherwise, Tedesco was in under the post there. How that forward pass was not called. So lucky for New Zealand that Munster was offside. I mean, I'm sorry, but how do you miss a forward pass like that? I know that they missed one that got the Broncos through to the grand final, but geez, how do you miss forward passes as blatant as that? Honestly. $24 points to 0. New Zealand have it on halfway. Leota. Fisher-Harris now. Back-to-back damaging runs. 9.5 minutes to go. They go to the left. Brown now steps back. Goes to the open side. Shows and goes on his own. He's taken high by Payne Haas. Tackle 3. 20 out. Foran goes to the left. Fisher-Harris to Papali'i. 9 minutes left. 24 points the difference. Brown. Oh, now Griffin Neame goes straight through to score under the post. Peter Griffin Neame. What a try. And that wins it for the Kiwis. That wins it. That is the game. That is the ambush. That is the boil over. New Zealand have won. Jason Hamilton, ahoy, mate. Close game. Shack of Heart says, honestly, this isn't just an upset. This is a reality check. And this kick is from right in front. It's about to be 30 points to 0. Hey, Michael Maguire is about to become the New South Wales Blues coach. Do we dare have hope? $30 points to 0. What a turn-up this has been. Peter Griffin Neame goes straight through Nico Hines. And Hines' defensive liabilities remain. This has been an absolute pantsing. 30 points to 0, 7.5 minutes to go. Australia, short kickoff. Asako wins the ball in the air. And they will start this in great field position again. Seven minutes left in this game. Foreign to Leota. Oh, Leota's put on a massive performance tonight. Moses Leota and James Fisher-Harris have dominated. Pain in the Haas and Tino. Neem out the back to Hughes. They keep it alive here, New Zealand. Nickel Clockstadt has had a great game. Looking threatening again. Backs into the defense. Fifth and last, New Zealand. 6.5 to go. They're 20 out. Hughes. Change of direction. Back to the blind side. And they will just surrender in the tackle here. Nikora dies with the ball. And Australia will start from their own 20. They have to go essentially the length of the field to try and get points on the board. And Foreign takes Tedesco high. Penalty to Australia. This will help piggyback them upfield with 6 minutes to go. Hines puts it into touch. The hammer wasn't ready for that ball. So here we go. 5 minutes 45 to go. Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel, has it on halfway. Tackle one for Australia. Munster inside to Payne Haas. Haas has been kept very, very quiet tonight. Leota and Fisher-Harris have been all over him. Tedesco at the back. Now here's some space for Holmes. He has to reach behind to take the ball, though. Tackle three. Australia trying to secure some consolation points. Tino again wrapped up. They're all over the big men. Hines to Cletus. Cletus dummies, goes on his own. He's wrapped up, taken down by Joey Manu and Jermaine Asako. Fifth and last, 20 out here, Australia. Munster puts it high. It's in midfield, not a lot of distance. Tapped back by Australia, but New Zealand come down with it. Dylan Brown. 4 minutes 40 to go. New Zealand want to keep the donuts up there for Australia. Four and a half to go. Has it ever happened? Shack of Hearts, Statsman in the back. Has it ever happened? Have Australia ever been kept to donuts against the Kiwis? Clockstadt gets the offload away. Mulatalo tries to take on Payne Haas, probably the wrong man. Neem takes on Hines again. Oh, poor Nico Hines. Oh, Nico Hines gets the one-on-one strip. I was about to say poor Hines will be having nightmares of Big Griffin Neem running at him. But he does get the one-on-one strip on this occasion. And Australia have the ball and the penalty. Jeez, I would love to see the penalty count. It must be about 700 to 1 in favour of Australia. The Kiwis have just not been able to buy a penalty. Jason Hamilton says, is Eddie Jones coaching the Aussies for this match? Oh, that's a bit rough. Poor Eddie. No, the cold, hard reality for Australian rugby at the moment is they just don't have the troops. It's as simple as that. Oh, Cherry Evans fires it across to Staggs. Staggs bumps off one and then loses it forward. Tony Staggs' nightmare of an afternoon continues. Tony Staggs has played his way out of the Australian jersey this afternoon, it must be said. Two minutes 20 to go. New Zealand are determined to keep Australia at 0. Okay, so they have been kept scoreless before. There you go. Oh, Nelson's having a go. A minute and a half left. Captain's challenge. Australia are captain's challenging this. With a minute and a half left, why not have a captain's challenge? What are we captain's challenging? I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to rip the opponent's jerseys off. Penalty to New Zealand with 1 minute 10 to go. Leota. Oh, the Kiwis have been so dominant today. Fisher Harris. What a performance by Fisher Harris, the captain. Captain Courageous. Leota to Nelson. Drawing in defenders again. 30 seconds left. Tackle 4. Fisher Harris to Brown. Brown puts the grubber kick through. This one's going to pop up. Oh, Valentine Holmes just gets a cheeky hand in there and knocks it dead. Oh, they wanted more points there, the Kiwis. But that will be it. That will be it. 2, 1. Time is up. The full-time siren will sound. New Zealand have won 30 points to donuts. What a performance. My multi was shot to pieces. 30 points to 0. And New Zealand have won the Pacific Championship. Truly dominant performance. Cameron Munster was abysmal. Tony Staggs was even worse. Valentine Holmes may as well have not even showed up. There were some horrible performances for Australia. There really was. The hammer was kept quiet. Fisher Harris and Leota owned Payne Haas and Big Tino. Incredible. 30 points to 0. In front of a packed stadium, said the Cheese. Is he watching the same game? I don't think he is. Packed stadium. 30 points to nil. Wow. I mean, did anybody see that coming? I thought that New Zealand were more than capable of winning, but 30 points to nil? My God. That was an absolute schmozzling. Huge effort by the Kiwis. Jason Hamilton says, I heard the so-called experts are blaming the decline in the Wallabies that started years ago. Oh, that's exactly what I said as well, Jason Hamilton. I thought you were taking the piss of me for a second there, because that's exactly what I said. Yeah, we've done a couple of post games during the Rugby World Cup talking about the Wallabies, and I've said that a few times. The decline of Australian rugby started with all these useless rugby league converts that they brought over. Lottie Takiri was awful. Wendell Saylor was awful. Nathan Blacklock. Did Nathan Blacklock even make it into the Wallaby squad? He was a waste of money. Israel Folau, extremely overrated. Extremely overrated. Israel Folau, in my opinion, was made to look better than he actually was because he came through at a period of time when Australian rugby was already falling. But he was always exploited on defense, Israel Folau, and if you tackled him with the ball, it was pretty much 99% of the time a guaranteed penalty for a holding on in the ruck. So, yeah, Israel Folau, one of the most overrated players in rugby union to ever exist, in my opinion. And that's not, obviously I disagree with his personal and religious views, but so it's easy to say, oh, maybe that statement has something to do with that. No, honestly, it doesn't. I don't care what you believe, what you stand for. If you're a good rugby player, you're a good rugby player. I just don't for 1 second believe Israel Folau was anywhere near as good as he was made out to be. A big liability. Wouldn't have him anywhere near my squad. Rugby league, yes. I'd have him in a rugby league squad in a heartbeat. In a rugby union squad, no. But I actually agree with that statement. Matt Rogers was a little bit different. Matt Rogers played a lot of junior rugby. Matt Rogers actually converted from rugby to league. So when he came back to rugby, he was quite a decent player. But I do agree with that. A big part of Australian rugby's problems were when the league recruits started coming over. And Australia also seemed to... I mean, they've let a few good coaches go. I think really the beginning of the end for Australian rugby was New Zealand. The All Blacks made the decision to stick with Graham Henry. They made that call. And even all the Kiwi fans were going, this is ridiculous. You've got Robbie Deans, but you've chosen Graham Henry. And Robbie Deans goes and takes an international gig with the Wallabies. The Wallabies win their first ever Trans-Tasman clash. Bledisloe Cup #1. Robbie Deans Wallabies ambush and beat the All Blacks in game 1. But eventually the players revolted, and that's what it came down to. There was too much player power in Australian rugby. The players revolted. The players had Robbie Deans thrown out. The players had Ewan McKenzie thrown out. Ewan McKenzie was not a bad coach. Ewan McKenzie took a bunch of ragtag Waratahs to Super Rugby glory. Ewan McKenzie is not a bad coach. Takes over the Wallabies, has success initially. Player revolt. Ewan McKenzie's thrown out. Dave Rennie. Dave Rennie is slowly but surely turning this team around. Player revolt. Dave Rennie is thrown to the wolves. No. And now where do they turn? Michael Checker. Michael Checker, say what you want about Michael Checker as a person fronting the media. He has proven with Argentina. Michael Checker's just taken Argentina to the Rugby World Cup semi-finals. He took Australia to a Rugby World Cup final. Michael Checker is not a bad coach. Michael Checker is a terrible person to throw in front of the cameras and front the media. He's not a bad coach, though. Michael Checker gets thrown out. Yeah, there are some serious problems with Australian rugby. No, Jason Hamilton, Brad Thorne. Big Brad Thorne as well. Let's not forget him. I remember Shack of Hearts, a Lions tour. George North, I want to say it was George North. George North went into contact low. And Folau was trying to make the tackle. So Folau was upright. George North has just burrowed under. Has lifted up. Fireman's carry. Israel Folau on his shoulder. And marched forward a further 10 meters before a secondary tackle came over the top and put him down. It was the greatest thing ever. Seeing Israel Folau literally lifted up on the shoulder. One arm by George North as he marched forward. I can't stand Israel Folau. I really can't. I mean, we're not going to get into it because so much time has passed. This channel didn't exist when all that was going down, and probably a good thing because I had so much to say about it. I can't stand Israel Folau. Just what a piece of absolute feces of a human being Israel Folau is. But anyway, I digress. As I said, let's not get into it. Oh, jeez. $30-0 here, though. Getting back on topic, the Pacific Championship final has been won by the Kiwis, and not just one. I mean, they have obliterated Australia here this afternoon. 30-0. I don't know that anybody saw that coming. I mean, that is huge. Absolutely massive, massive result. $30 to zip. Crazy. Well, that's exactly it. Jason Hamilton has said the games are played different. A league, and I've been fortunate enough in my existence to have played both. So they're very different. And just for comparison, comparatively, so when I played rugby league, I was hooker. When I went over to rugby union, I wasn't a hooker anymore. See, because the reason I was hooker was not, it wasn't size related. It was just because my pass. I remember when I went to the tryouts, I still remember I wasn't even supposed to be there. That was the funny thing. I went to the rugby league tryouts at school. I wasn't even supposed to be there, but they said, "Oh, Dan, the kid that usually plays, he's hurt, so he can't play. Like, you've got to come down." Yeah, I don't really want to. I wasn't interested in rugby league. I was always a rugby union boy. I didn't want to play rugby league. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll come down, and that was the funny thing. So I wasn't even supposed to be there. So I've gone down for the tryouts, and I'll fill in. I will fill in for this guy that is normally selected here, that tries out and gets it every year. I'll just fill in. It's all good. As soon as he recovers, I'll be on my way. I'll go do other stuff because I'm not that interested in playing rugby league. So I've gone down to the tryouts, and I'm just firing these passes out from dummy half. I'm filling in as the hooker, firing these passes out left and right, and every single one, the coach is going, good pass, great pass, perfect pass, good pass. Like the whole session, he's just like, good pass, good pass. Who is this? Because he'd never met me before. We weren't introduced before the tryouts or anything. He's just like, who is this kid? Get him in the team. Like, oh, yeah, okay. Come and play full time. Rugby league, hooker. Like, Anyway, that's my story. I enjoyed it. I'm talking down on it now in hindsight, but look, I enjoyed it at the time. It was good fun. We had a great team. We had an absolutely fantastic team. We went to the state championships. We came second. I was so devastated. It's funny. There's a photo, and I've shown it on the Generations podcast before. The Generations podcast that I do with my dad. We've shown the photo before. I'm pretty sure of a completely deflated me, a little Dan, young Dan, there with the second place flag, and all the and we're talking second in the whole of Queensland, second place in the whole state. Which I look back on it now that I'm an old bastard, and I go, that was a pretty good effort by our team, yeah. But at the time, I was just like, second is first, loser. So all the rest of the team, they're there with their flag, like, yeah, holding it up for the photo. Yeah, second in the whole state. And then there's sourpuss me, just like, we should have won. Good times, good times. All right, West to World of Sports. Thank you so much for your company here. As always, 30 points to 0. It's been an absolute pantsing by the Kiwis. What a win. Jason Hamilton asks, is the photo similar to the image of Hindmarsh on the bench in tears? Probably. I don't know. I don't know which image you're referring to specifically, but probably. I wasn't happy. I wasn't crying, but I was close to it. I was very, very close to it. To breaking out into tears. I mean, we were runner-up. Runner-up is first loser. I couldn't understand why everybody was so happy that they were so happy with being second. I just couldn't process it. That was my mindset. Just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why are these people so happy? We lost. But anyway, it is what it is. All right. Waste of World of Sports. Thank you so much. Hamish, yeah, I'll jump on Discord. We'll try and sort out your PC for you, yeah? I'll see if I can get hold of Pat. Thank you so much for your company here. I appreciate it. As always, when is the next game going to be on? Jeez. We got some stuff coming up. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Yes. Until then, cheers. His ass is hanging out as he makes a break up field. Stepping back. Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Cameron Munster's now putting his balls in Nick Meaney's face.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.